Hello, everyone. Welcome to BMBBH. I am Kev, and thank you for being here. As you walk in, please hit that like button. If your first time here, hit that subscribe button. Uh, I'm a little, my voice is going to be a little strained. Uh, did some yelling. Don't It's not what everyone thinks it is. Just family and Labor Day. Nothing aggressive. Just the spirit of competition. I will say that. Um, but I'm here nonetheless. Um, Listen up, guys. But the topic that I chose for tonight was: Is there a point to all this? It's not any dig at the way black men have been executing as of late, because quite frankly, I think black men have been doing an excellent job. Many will have you not believe that, and many would even laugh in your face when such a notion is made. And those people look like you and me. They're black. We know this. There's no need to get around this, sugarcoating it. Yeah, the notion that black men can succeed is laughable to a large majority of black people who refuse to listen. A lot of these people are even in your family. So what is there a point to all of this when the most important people in your life are just as bad or as rotten as the people that you listen to on YouTube, having the same thing to say about black men? I mean, be honest with yourselves. A lot of you say you don't see this animosity and this gender war outside of YouTube, in the streets, in your homes, but bring up the right topic and that shit will be in your face just like that. Trust me. It it's it's a characteristic all of us share. And believe me, it's all a trick. It's all a it's all a big rouge to keep us divided. But but just try to understand is that as a people, as we are, we can we can become a master of it, and we can overcome it. I mean, it's within our grasp, I would say. But the thing is, when we see that light at the end of the tunnel, we turn around and we go back into the darkness. I guess, I don't know, in this case the darkness is more fun and is easier to deal with instead of working hard to set things correct. So I believe that there's a point to all of this. I think that people would actually look at the name of this broadcast and the title of this broadcast as if I'm talking about being on YouTube or something like that. That was not the point I was trying to make. I told everyone last broadcast I'm here to stay, and I'm going to deliver on both YouTube and Patreon. Maybe one day might actually pay attention to Instagram and my Facebook like page. But it's everything will come with time. Yeah, uh, three. I'm still at three patrons, which is cool. I mean, patrons will come. Like, I don't know, Patreon is something to where, yeah, patrons are. It is. It's easier to grow a Facebook group. I put it to you like that than a Patreon. So if you got some numbers on Patreon, you must be a badass. I would say. But no, I did not make this broadcast saying that it's no point for me to be on YouTube. Woe is me. Is there a point to all of this? Is there a point to existing? Let me go down in the shitter. Nah, it's but I have to ask myself sometimes: Is there a point to black men even being on this platform, since we have so much opposition? Depending on how you perceive opposition. People like to pretend, especially our people, like to pretend that certain scenarios don't exist. And when they're brought up, not only do you gaslight the shit out of that person, you start to insult, you start to taunt, just to get away from the reality with dumb straw man arguments and just bullshit altogether. It shouldn't be that way, but I guess that's the spirit of the discussion. You know, sometimes you have people who refuse to accept the reality, or have accepted a version of the reality that removes it from reality completely. I I admit I'm starting to care a little less. It's not that I don't care about seeing things in a good, positive manner, but I've just when you allow yourself to really face what the reality is, it becomes one that is very dark and very depressing. You can take it upon yourself to be a positive person and not have the weight of the world on your shoulders because it's not your responsibility. Also, I have to be brutally honest with you. You have to remove that little emotion that you have called caring. You know, how 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 many of you are out there willing to do that just to grab onto a little sanity, become lackadaisical, not accepting the reality for what it is, having a attitude, or well, a positive attitude that is a can be a false positive of sorts. See, I see I got the chat live and active down there already. Appreciate that. What an intelligent group of people down there in the chat. And our mod wrenches are active. So just in case someone out down there is not being intelligent, you guys know what to do. It is about time that we start looking out for our platforms, um, and just as I would respect your platforms when I come to your chats, unless I blatantly disagree with some simp dickhead or some bitch that's kind of saying stupid shit, that and the intention is to divide our people. Most, like, lots of people don't perceive that. They figure, hey, you know what, if you're on the side of the black manosphere, you want discord and disarray uh amongst our people, including tearing down our women. And that is something I will say that we don't do in the habitual line stepper camp, is tear down our sisters. We want to see you girls doing great. But you know what? It seems as if everyone wants to fight us for pointing out what may be wrong with this stuff. You know what's wrong with the way we do things. You just live it with the brothers. You want to throw salt. You want to throw dirt. So is reverse talking points basically. Let me explain what a reverse talking point is. Is where you hear, okay, let me just say it like this. You hear black men say something repeatedly 10, 15 times. You hear a black woman say it, but she reappropriates it to, fit her narrative. Like, instead of saying, uh, black women do this, she'll say black men do this, but say the exact same thing besides those little changes right there. I see a lot of that. It's lazy, and it's definitely a sign of that you have run out of arguments. And I mean, we got males and females that do that in our space, in our little YouTube community, that we would say. Because if it was like it, if we could call it a YouTube black community, it would be a war zone at this point. I mean, you'll have some neighborhoods and some cliques that are cool, and not so much volatility, but I've where the habitual line steppers are, we'll probably sit in a place where we hear gunshots and grenades going off in the distance because Negroes love to fight and love to keep up drama, love to start shit. And it's like it gets a massive amount of attention, but somehow, some kind of way, these same folks that do this, say this bullshit, do this bullshit, keep everything stirred up, always ask black men the question, or always give us this just one responsibility. I mean, if you pay attention to the thumbnail, you will get the caption that is in the thumbnail. That's a character named Chocolate Giddy Up. He was a pimp that was in the movie Black Dynamite. He did this little one liner, but Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community. So I figured it would, you know, the charge, I figured I would use him, but use the charge that a lot of you give to us black men as we come onto platforms such as these. Uh, he says, but black men, you're supposed to save the black community. You know, yeah, we're supposed to save the black community. Every time we get a platform, every time we get a voice, you know, we're supposed to save the community. We're not supposed to talk about anything else except saving our community. Anything. Let me tell you why. Let me tell all of you why that logic is fucking horrible. And a lot of, maybe 98.5% of these black manosphere conversations, and definitely the conversation palette within the habitual line stepper, is kind of pointing in that direction of saving the black community. You can't just like, I don't like hearing certain things. I don't like the fact that he said that this is a characteristic shared among many black women, or this is a characteristic shared among many black men. I don't like the fact that they're saying this or he's saying this. So fuck him, kiss my ass. Let's let's talk about this dude. Let's dox this dude. Let's find something to humiliate this guy with. Because guess what? He's supposed to be saving us. You know what they mean by that shit, right? Black men are supposed to save the black community. We're we're supposed to do things like adopt a child of a pookie. If you're a single man, you got everything going with you, going for yourself. You're supposed to go and save the single mother of a woman who has multiple kids by multiple guys. Give up your income, your wealth, your prosperity to save those children. And not only you should do it, because if only you do it, excuse me, you get the sucker treatment. Not only by people who are on the opposite side, by the very people that you're calling yourself trying to save. If it's not a massive effort, then it will be ignored. So every guy who is single, who has a really good steady income, and don't get me wrong, if that's the path you want to go down, guy, go for it. But make sure it's all your decision, and make sure that's a decision that you are happy with. And there are truly good people out there, trust me. But there's not, but just for my what I've been taught as far as common sense is not a very good practice. They want you to do that. You're a man if you do that. A lot of us will say no. Fuck all that bullshit. I ain't, no, hell no. And rightfully so. That's what they want you to do. They want you to save those single mothers who can't keep their legs closed, who can't get on birth control, who keep having all these babies they can't afford or have not had a plan with about. And then some of these girls have 4, 5 kids by the time they 22, 23. There's a lot of kids out there without mentorship that become a part of the system one way or another. And we have been charged with saving everybody from that. So it all starts with a conversation, right? Why can't we have this conversation? Because it highlights the negativity. The negativity, we got to talk about it. I mean, every time we start talking about this shit, we have to point out the facts. And a lot of you don't like the facts. A lot of you don't like the stats. And I ain't gonna lie. I mean, there's a lot of not wanting to accept facts on all sides of this. But facts are facts. You can't argue with a fact. Who's ever been able to argue with a fact? Sorry. If the facts are black men fail the community, then those are the facts. But I don't think those are the facts. I don't believe those are the facts. And there's a lot of data to back that. There's a lot of there's there's a lot of history to back that. It definitely is not in the hands of a single man who has gone on the path to success and ain't studying y'all. It's not his fault. A lot of us grew up calling that guy lame. Imagine that. Because you went to college and got a degree. People that look like you have the same skin complexion as you, some a little lighter, some a little darker. Imagine them calling you a lame for that shit. Because you're above a stereotype that young black men are just dumb and slow. You know, that's a feminist talking point too, that men are dumb and slow. And believe me, the black feminists believe that shit to the fullest about black men. Just because you're a black man that overcomes a stereotype, they call you a lame for that shit. And I'm sure they've explained it over and over again, but they add educated to it. If you drop the educated, it might sound better. But no, it's got educated lame. But the female your female counterpart is called most educated. Imagine that. So what so those guys definitely, is there a point? Seriously, is there a point to all of this? Is there a point to staying? They already think if you're a young black man and you're educated, you're lame because that's how they're taking it. That's how we're taking it. When I got a degree, I didn't think I was entitled to anything, not even the job in the field that I trained in. But that's the narrative, though. I felt like I was supposed to get a good looking, successful woman. I was supposed to get the house, with the nuclear family. I felt I was entitled to that since I had a degree. That's the narrative. That's how dumb our people treat our people. To get them to believe some bullshit like that. The hell is wrong with some of y'all? I'm supposed to be some entitled jerk because I got a degree? That's the story y'all putting out there? Wow. Mm. I wouldn't stay either. I mean, I'm just one of the ones that decided to. But I don't blame for. I mean, you're just shitting on people over and over again, shitting on the man over and over again. Another shitty broadcast. I mean, it's just made about men. I've seen about three of them today. Like I said, the black YouTube community is a war zone. If I were to go around and venture, I see a lot of enemy of the black men or established wannabe enemy of the black man. or attention seeking dumbass. I mean, all of those people who carry those titles and those labels. I'm an attention seeking dumbass. That a lot of these people need to be honest with themselves. And I mean, like, it's quite potent. I mean, is it? I mean, can't knock people's hustle. If that's how y'all feel, then that a lot of that bullshit confirms it. Just think about it. Just imagine it. If a general idea of how people felt about our quote unquote so called community was graded in the black YouTube community, everyone with the bigger to the biggest viewerships are reflecting upon that. Hmm. That's why I say you shouldn't. People, a lot of people like it's on the internet. People don't mean really. Fuck all that. The internet is a reflection of how people truly feel. Sure, I do agree with some of the notion that a lot of them wouldn't act like that in the street. If you don't believe it, test somebody's pull up game and see what happens. Hey, I mean, I know from experience. You know, I could show you screenshots, but it'll put someone out there, and I ain't finna do that. That's immature bullshit. That's what they do in the so-called quote unquote beef sector. That whole uh when I said that where the habitual line steppers are sitting from, we can listen and hear gunshots and grenades going off in the distance. That's where they do that over there at. They do that over there. When you ask yourself, where they do that? They do that shit over there. They try to embarrass folks. I mean, I don't want to be in a sector where people try to embarrass each other all the time. That's bullshit. Why is it that if you see one black person trying to come up, why would you try to embarrass that person? Why don't you just try to do things for yourself instead of being a biatch? Look at this chat. Look at this chat. All right. We got the Phil Brad and Stoic were here at the beginning. Rogish the Build Monger, what's going on? Toya the Tutor, respect. Vereen 70, peace. Alonzo the All Star Advisor, what's going on? Solon Black, Prepper 101. There's a familiarity to you, Prepper 101. Prepper is a usually there's a position in the kitchen. So you're in an industry that's near and dear to my heart. I mean, maybe I don't know if that you maybe you prep something else like maybe you prep people to be wealthy so you can become rich. I mean, business. It could be all levels to that stuff, but you know, but whatever you're doing, you seem to be doing well. So salute. We here. Haiti Reformation Project is too late for that. I have some idea, whatever part in the conversation. Real talk, just trying to get black men into working against their interest. Absalom Pianki TV, what's going on? Go sue Monster. If the internet is a reflection of how people truly feel, we're fucked because the internet is a wild place. That's why. I mean, seriously, even on the dark web, and like, I remember there was a website called Rotten.com. Quite, it could be traumatizing to the weaker mind. I would say that. But thanks for DJ B side 1965. What's going on? Salute, Viscount Lavelle. All right, so all right, so well, I see you down there, Toya. Yeah, you can always catch the replay. And Toya, continue to just keep pushing your channel. I know that the life outside the internet sometimes causes us to us- causes us to be away. We have to do things that you know uh, I guess gives us sustainability. I'll put it to you like that. So yeah, go right ahead. I'll be sure to try to at least make this a good discussion. Yeah. So yeah, I'll drop the link in a little bit. Somebody wants to come up. Probably use Roger's troll catching system. Like I don't get too much of that over here. At least not yet. Uh, anyway, why Skinner Man Cave? What's going on? But I don't know. I remember back in the early days of YouTube, I used to think like this: is there a point to all of this? You know, can't be can't be too pessimistic. Can't feel sorry for yourself up here because here's the thing about YouTube and internet. No one cares. No one cares about a sniveling, crying, give uppy quitter. I think of it that way. I'm always going to be my harshest critic. I'm always going to have the harshest thing to say to myself. So you can talk about me all you want. You can't possibly be as harsh as I am. And that's what it's come to. If I ever even believed that I was having a moment of weakness, then the way I bring myself back is to be super harsh with myself because um, that's not that's not empowering yourself. And I know empowerment is something that is a very feminist active term. I mean, but it's just that brothers need to start thinking in terms of that kind of deal. I mean, maybe not so much empowering, but realizing the power that you already have. So you already know you don't need to be that way. You don't need to have to say and do things for extra validation, thinking that it's empowerment. Con, con, I mean, words like confidence. You already got that. You got everything you need, all shapes and sizes. You got everything you need. Just need to learn how to implement it. See, mine always came from within. I stopped looking for it from other people. Because once you realize, if you really take a really close look at a person, once you realize how important you've made other people as opposed to making yourself important, then you realize you've wasted a lot of time. And I'm saying even family members, even people who got the same blood running through them, you got to watch them too. We're I would say in more of a godless society, meaning that we don't have any more spiritual restraint. That we're just saying and doing what the fuck we want to do, and a lot of this shit just hasn't come to the light yet. So I wouldn't suggest to be too out of control with your independence because there's a way to do anything you want. Just make sure that that doesn't land you in prison, whatever that is. You can do whatever you want. And that's what I had to believe coming up here. Not be whoever I want because I don't ever want to be a false representation on a platform such as this. If you are a false representation on this platform, you stand a very huge chance of being exposed and humiliated. And it won't be a person with a pale face doing it because, as the old adage goes, niggas don't care. Niggas do not care. They do not give a fuck. They have found a way to be as big an asshole as they want and never face the possibility of physical retribution because they are states away and they're doing it through either a LAN cable or a Wi-Fi connection. Think about it. You defend a space, you're labeled the same as a space, and you're guilty of none of it. So a lot of people are going to be catching themselves asking, is there a point to all of this? If I am just going to be slandered, if they're going to drag my name through the mud, is there a point to all of this? Because if they can't find anything true, they will use falsehoods. And like I said, niggas don't care. So good luck convincing people that it isn't. You just have to hope and understand that there are some smart people out there with a measure of balance in their attitudes that won't carry it that far. In a perfect world, the right thing would be if you lose a discussion, if you lose a debate, to just simply concede and pull back and get stronger at the topic itself. Why does it have to turn into a beef? Let me show y'all something real quick. Oh, infantry skills. I see you're down there. Cliche to what you always say: 1800s abortions a day. Yeah, let me see if I can. I'm looking for something right now. I'm gonna put up on the screen. And like I said, when I do something on my community tab, I will explain it fully. All right. See if I can go ahead and pull this up real quick. And by the way, I did not go on last night for anyone who was looking for the Any Given Sunday broadcast that I do on a weekly basis. So, I mean, it was a holiday. Okay. All right. Okay, let me share this screen. For those of you who frequent my community tab, thank you. I got 232 votes. 232 votes. The psychology of being able to participate in something is what I believe make these polls so strong. But 232 votes on a YouTube channel this size is very telling. So, and that's a large amount of participation. So, I do appreciate everyone who voted. So, it says with 232 votes, is the black manosphere too afraid to defend itself? Yeah. So the black manosphere, I would say, is a legitimized entity. It has been for a while, and is more so by the members. The haters legitimize it as well, and the 30% voted yes, and 70% voted no. There's enough people that believe in this space to believe that this space will defend itself if need be. That there are enough defenses against all of the hate. Um, and you know, I do ask questions just to challenge the thought process. If people think that this space is perfectly okay, or ranging from those people to the people who think this space is a waste of time. I, for one, sometimes believe that it is too afraid to defend itself. One thing that I would say speaks to that point is the lack of name calling. Well, shout out name calling. I get it. You know, I get it. I get that you don't shout out someone who's just trying to gain attention or something like that, because every time you call their name is a bunch of they could do one or two things. Either they can ignore it or it's just a bunch of gaslighting. Ooh, why they calling my name? They all in my feelings. Ooh, thanks for showing me this attention. All this other bullshit. So 70% of the 232 votes believe that the Black Manosphere is not afraid to defend itself, which is a reflection of my subscriber base. So I think that the Black Manosphere on this channel is in a pretty good position, I would say. But let me see if I can pull up one of these comments. I'm going to respond to a comment live. I don't give a fuck because who this guy is, I don't fucking care. It's my shit, my channel. All right, let me blow that up real quick. And I mean, you can say this is a clout chase, or you can say that, I remember the days of the Facebook group. Oh, look, this guy. Okay, this guy right here, and let's keep it real. He puts a bad name in a lot of people's mouths. I mean, his name put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths within the space and over the Black YouTube community, which is a war zone in some spots. I think he dwells in that spot. And here's how he answers the question, or he responds to the question with a question. He says, laugh emoji, laugh emoji, laugh emoji. Who is intelligent enough to defend the manosphere? I've proven that none of you are intellectually capable. Okay, all right, just a couple things. Number one, he ain't never shouted out Kev and said that Kev wasn't intelligent enough or intellectually capable or of doing anything at any point in time. And if he has, I would like to see the broadcast and the timestamp where that happened. Because, I'm not with the bullshit. I don't feel like I need to ride another black man's nuts in order to get attention on my channel. You know. Now let's keep it real. He does have a following. Like there's nobody's trying to hate on his hustle or clout chase or anything, but it's 90% of this dude's content is clout chasing. Seriously. So it's like there's a lot of guys that are intelligent enough to debunk most of the crap that he does say, but it's just the fact that no one wants to really fuck with this guy. And I'm sorry, Toya's name is right above there, so let me clarify that I'm not talking about Toya the tutor now. you know, but it just I'm glad he showed up because he kind of gave that hit dog feel because is after constantly being called the kitten spear and all this other shit, and this guy right here supposedly has declared war on black men. That shit is funny as shit. How you declare war through a Wi-Fi connection? I mean, shit. Talk about a difference maker. I will show you these replies. I mean, I said one thing, but I didn't think I was too severe because when I first saw it, I was driving and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna handle this shit." And then I was like, "Eh." I mean, if you're gonna say a statement that you can't back up, period, then why the fuck are you saying it in the first goddamn place? Like shit, who is this manosphere that he proved? I mean, I know he made a couple of videos about Ramil, but I mean, I don't count that shit. I mean, I don't think it's intellectual to stalk a group of men. In fact, that shit looks sus as fuck. So it's whatever, guy. I mean, you can sit up there and think and believe what you want to believe, but I mean, there's actually a couple people that I think does manosphere hate more efficiently than this guy. I mean, shit. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're eating off of the space, like especially this guy, he should be kissing the ground that we are walking on. Since he said none of you, and you is inclusive of me. Shit, nigga. I've seen him make other content, but I mean, it's always this volatility. It's always this bullshit, and I feel like we over here are above that. So give yourselves a hand, folks. You're not about that shit. Stop sharing that screen. Yeah, I'm just saying, folks. I'm just saying. A space like this is very valuable, even to the haters. So, let me put it like this: there was not really any point to responding to that guy. It wasn't really any point. It wouldn't have been any point to try to go back and forth. It really wouldn't have been. It's nothing. It's not like how counterproductive that shit would have been. Instead of me focusing on building even bigger over here, going after some dude that, I guess got bigger things to worry about. I would say that much. But that guy's one of many. It's one of many. He's one of many. And believe me, it can become discouraging at times. It can. Yeah, in fact, when I started talking about it, guy, it started affecting my viewership. See how see what the impact of negativity can bring to a channel. See how much that drama isn't needed over here. See how much it isn't the right thing. We as black men, and as a if there's any semblance of a community, we have to do what is sensible. We have to do what's best for our ground. Because if I can at all avoid the war zone, I fucking will. Yeah, I like the roast too, Absalom Pianki TV. I just have to be in the right mood and timing has to be correct. Let me see. Let me put the comment on. Yeah, yeah, the timing has to be correct, and I don't think that I'm that funny anymore. I mean, I come from an '80s, '90s logic. Is I understand that sense of humors are different these days. It's like roasting in 2021 to some of y'all out there is like calling somebody a bitch 20 times as loud as you can call you a bitch, 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 you gay, all this other stuff. That's roasting to a lot of y'all, and it's not funny to me. It's like it's not funny. You know, roasting to me is like hmm. I don't know if y'all like watch. I mean, I would say, why would I even say something like this? I was like, I don't know why y'all watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Well, a lot of I used to watch a bunch of videos of comedians with roast hecklers. Like if a audience member did something to draw a big attention to themselves, then the comedian would just rip them apart. A good example of this is Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones when that dude phone started ringing in the middle of him talking about uh I guess he was making a joke. I guess the joke about the car, the alphabet people in the car, and then the dude phone rang, and then he roasted him. he was like, "It's like his phone is gay," something like that. So it's kind of like that. That's roasting, or the way he executed. You have to see it for yourself. So Dave Chappelle Sticks and Stones is still on Netflix if you still have a Netflix account. But a lot of y'all think that roasting is just calling somebody gay, calling them a bitch, talking about their calling their mom, your mama a bitch, your daddy a bitch, 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 bitch. That's what a lot of y'all think roasting is. And then folks will be acting like they laughing, and I'm like, damn. When someone's getting roasted, I like to laugh. Even like there's been a couple people that's roasted against me successfully, and I had to laugh at the shit they were saying because it was truly funny. And I'm not like these hurt like I'm not like these hurt people who get hurt if you tell a joke on them about a physical feature or something like that. Because to me, that just exposes your own little bad negative energy. And if you're a person that love to say words like self hate, self hate, self hate, self hate, then you're just going to be a hypocrite at the end of the day, too. So I like for people to talk about the way I look because they always go for the black features. And I was like, look at you, you know. But if it's funny, it's got to be funny. It can't just be you gay, you a bitch, baby, bitch, bitch, bitch. It like fuck your mammy and all that. It's not creative. It's not creative. So I'm just saying, be funny. I for one believe that if this space was taken to more of a humorous, yet we knew when to get serious type feel, like I've been attempting to do with this channel repeatedly, then I think we will be okay. I think it'll be a lot more entertaining, and I believe that we will generate a lot more revenue. Not just some people, so everybody can eat. But hey, see how my viewership just went up when I started talking about my other stuff and stopped talking about that guy? See, they want me to act like I got some sense over here. You guys watching want me to act like I have some sense over here. And besides still doing whatever the fuck I want to do, I will take whatever that is into consideration. I do appreciate that. So yeah, just keep your eyes on things around here. Just keep your eyes peeled. I spent maybe I'm overthinking things a little bit. Maybe I am, but that's just the way that a lot of these things look to me. We're the cool guys, We're the habitual line steppers. Absalom Pianki TV. I will make a whole thumbnail for me to roast someone if they want to play games. Don't even have to go live either. Hell, you can name the broadcast. I thought about doing some petty ass shit, naming the broadcast after somebody, and like I shouldn't even give this up. Nah, I ain't gonna give that up. I'm gonna keep that one. I'm gonna keep that one because when I do it, I want someone else to point it out. But it's so many things that you can do to get at a person without being violent, without having to scream at the top of your lungs, without having to do this little 2021 unfunny roasting. I mean, for real. If roasting was like it was back when I was in high school and two really funny guys, I used to love that shit. Two really funny guys just go at it And then it would be amazing. Y'all like to threaten each other now. Y'all like to what a lot of these guys like to call get my shit off. Which within itself sounds extremely funny. Man, let me tell you, fear to none, what's going on? Let me tell you something. Feminists are they're fun to roast. I mean, Tariq Nasheed done it. Patrice O'Neal used to do it all the time. Man, it's like when those are done right, they're funny because because they set themselves up so much for it. Like Amanda Seals, like ugh. Yeah. Let me drop a link. Yeah, just real quick. I think I'm gonna try the troll system that Roger does. Uh, Feminists roast themselves. Yeah, definitely fear to none. I don't, I don't get the whole people Absalom Ping. I don't get threatening someone and then acting like you actually gonna go through with that bullshit. Pull up, nigga. Catch a flight. See, copy. Hold on one second. All right, go ahead and drop a link so we can get this part. If for anyone who wants to come up, you know, in fact, I'll continue to show solo if that's what it takes because that's who I am. Shoot, sometimes I do like just like, could I possibly just do it all by myself? And the answer is yes, I can. Shoot, but sometimes it's fun to get other people's perspectives. All right, so hit that link right there. It'll take you to another backstage, and there where I will give you the actual link. So let me get back to that spot. Okay. All right. Until somebody shows up, I will continue this broadcast. All right. Absalom. Talking about some pull up nigga. That's not roasting. That's big man, like the women like to say. Let me tell you something. If someone brings you to the point where you got to say shit like pull up, then they won automatically. Oh man, I ain't even get. Hold on one second. Let me see something real quick. Hey, this is my bad, y'all. Hold on one second. I don't even know if I did this right. Uh, let's see, Absalon, I saw you backstage. Or was that you backstage? Let's see, fuck it. I think I could police it from here. Is he going back there so I give you the link? Absalon. Okay. Absalon, is that you? Word. Let me go ahead and drop the actual link. See, when they do stuff like this to other folks, they have it has do take all these precautions. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. All right. Yeah. No, yeah. Just they hear me, but they can't hear me talking to you. Yeah, but when somebody that you work with, and consider a friend, when they channel get deleted because of stuff like this, you have to take precaution. Yeah. All right. It's in the private chat. You can come up. DJ B side. The man said exactly. Back in the day, pull ups with diapers. Man, they still is. Shit. All right. What's going on?
Yo, man.
Okay. You can get out of the other studio now.
Oh shit. Hold on. I think that shit.
Bro, you just okay, while we waiting for Absalom to come back up, shoot. Let me just put y'all like this. There's no point to like for real. Yeah, that was Absalom Pianke. Let me get my mind back on track though. I was trying to do the whole Roger's a little bit more efficient at that kind of, trying to use the troll catcher thing. But it's just something that I probably need to consider myself. So uh, yeah, let me see. Okay, let's see. Well, anyway, I'll just go and continue the show until things work itself out. Okay, so yeah, the reason why I did ask that question that was in the poll that I just showed a few minutes ago was the fact that sometimes is I do feel as if I stepped up on this platform to set the record straight, and if there is if we're going to be a productive group of men, we also need to learn how to defend the space as well. Um, because there are plenty of things that are valuable about this space. And, if for anyone out there that just want to call this whole, space a group of loser incels that's just upset that, we didn't get any pussy or didn't get the girlfriend or we didn't get that date in high school, then I would challenge that notion. I think that is just I think that I think that a lot of us do welcome the chaos, and that's no pun intended, to chaos reign. I mean, he's a good guy, but I think that a lot of us just want the chaos because we don't see any more clear paths for our own lives. If I didn't have a clear path for my life, I would welcome chaos as well. I wouldn't want I I wouldn't want I wouldn't want anything to be without drama or would want everybody to just be good and just act with common sense. Why would I want that if I were like that? And I think that a lot of these people who do that, I think that they just don't have any other content to make. I don't think that they would be interesting any other kind of way besides sweating the balls of the black manosphere. I don't think they have. I mean, for real, do you think that? Do you in the chat believe that all of these manosphere haters could make any other content worth of shit? I mean, you don't have to be afraid to speak in these chats. I understand that a lot of you guys do frequent other platforms. I mean, which is cool. I mean, I've got nothing against that. So if you don't want to speak out against certain, if you don't want to speak out against certain platforms, then I do understand because my fight isn't your fight. But if you want to, like I said, if you want to speak freely in the chat, go right ahead. Yeah, but but who who do you think is talented enough that hates like that makes it their constant business to hate on the black manosphere and to make content that people will indulge in and enjoy? Um, the one name I will say, and I will give the brother his due because he does seem to keep up a consistent viewership, and he really hates the black manosphere and Kevin Samuels in particular is Jason Black. That brother's on another level, I would say, and he's definitely paid his dues as far as his content creation. So I will give him his props on that. I won't, however, applaud him on his bitch fits about the manosphere. I'm man enough to say that. So that's just what that is. I just don't like it when black men forcibly go against black men. Like, yeah, I Stoic One, I get that he's really in a different space of YouTube, but he does throw a lot of poo at the black manosphere. He does. I mean, so he involves himself just like Ringo involves himself too. But your boy from earlier that I mentioned, he has a he has a lot he has a lot of like he's trying to make a lot of enemies, I would say. DJ B side 1965. Yeah, most of JB's audience are female and he panders to them. Plus, probably he sees the manosphere as a threat to his shtick. I don't see why. I mean, he does like. I've seen as many as 6K watching this guy. I mean, one for starters, I don't think they're all women. If the majority of them are women, then it's like saying that it's almost like saying all of KS's bases all men when we know that isn't true because that's the argument people often try to use against me. All these old niggas and incels and all this other stuff, they're a part of they're who look up to KS and you know how these niggas are. Unfair to none. Fear to none. Thank you for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Jason, he completely destroys female egos on his program. He's talking about Jason Black. Yeah, yeah. I mean, one of his rivals, I understand, was Chrislyn Carrison. So, yeah, I would probably back that up. And you know what? Whatever his personal gripe is with the space, I'm pretty sure that. I'm not aware of the space's entire history, every little single detail of the space's history. It's just that, those guys. I mean, when I hear people say the little those guys things, I have a tendency to respond in such, and I'm not going to take what I said back. So, uh, yeah. So it's been an hour. It's been an hour. So, yeah. What I'm going to do this week for y'all, since I missed last night, and I did not intend to miss last night, but like I said, family kind of wears you down quite a bit. Um, I'm going to bring you guys another show this week, probably Wednesday night. Yeah, do whatever the breakdown does. I'll probably do like a follow up show, kind of, which means that I probably might have to appear on their platform. Which I don't. I gotta tell you, I gotta be honest with y'all. I gotta be honest with y'all. It's like stepping on other people's platforms. It's interesting to see certain content creators interact with each other, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just I don't know. Philosophically, I would say I probably don't see eye to eye with a lot of people in this space. I mean, I'll support it in its existence, but philosophically speaking, it's not that. And I mean, it's a bunch of intelligent minds, but at the same time, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Um, I have a tendency to not play well with others. I mean, it's not a completely bad thing, but sometimes it can be. So I just really have to watch the way I go on other platforms sometimes. But shit, would y'all like to see me somewhere else besides here? I'm sure you would. Yeah, but yeah, just wanted to come to y'all very shortly. It wasn't this wasn't going to be a long show. Just wanted to say that the answer is ultimately to the question of the topic. Yes, yes. There's a point to all of this. There's a point to all of this. I'm trying to save y'all souls. Nah, just kidding. I mean, this whole thing is totally on you. But um, yeah, it's we as black men, we have to continue to assert ourselves, and we have to understand that if you are trying to, I would say, protect and pacify the feelings of people who are wrecking shit, then you are just as guilty as the people who are doing it. So that's about it. Ain't gonna hold y'all for too long. I know that some of y'all have done your thing on Labor Day and you have to return to work tomorrow. Some of you have traveled and you are tired. If you're like me, you did a lot of prepping. Like I would say that Labor Day is responsible for me making the best ribs I've ever made. I was like, damn, yeah, finally got it right after all these years. But that that's it for me. That's it for now. Look, just take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Um, Likely see you Wednesday night. And I promise you guys, it will be an excellent show. So that's it. This is Kev. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev, we trust. Till next time. Okay, guys, I know this seems a bit bizarre. I know this seems a bit bizarre for me to come out and interrupt my outro. And I know that a lot of people have left the broadcast, but I didn't clarify something, as far as the thumbnail. As far as black men saving the community, please stop making it hard for us. Okay, stop making it tough. Stop acting like that no one is leading you, or there's no possible way that it can happen. If we just stop fucking up, then we won't even have to save this place because we'll be an efficient unit, uh, well-oiled machine working together anyway. And then you wouldn't have anybody to point the finger at anyway. So that's pretty much it. All right, I'll just start the intro. I mean the outro over. Blah blah. Yeah, whatever. All right, peace out, people. See you next time.